So we are back on, and so I'm back on. Um, I hope you can hear me. Image so bad. I'm back on. Um, hmm. I'm back on. Let me. I'm back on. hmm I'm back on. Mm-hmm. Let the post. No. Okay. So, in life is hard work, kind of. Join now. Join now. Let me invite her. Inviting our guest for today. Mm. Join us. Wow. Wow. Thank you. Glad to have you.
Glad to be
Glad
here.
to have you on my C. Welcome.
Glad to be here. I hope you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you so well. I'm now using earphone. I don't know how I didn't know to have an earphone to hear you. Anyway. Uh-huh. Welcome.
A moment, I'm
Thank you for
adjusting my
joining.
earphones.
Okay. Very great. Nice stream is work. I want to use the back camera. Let me see how it goes. Kind of. I think that's better. No, now it's not well adjusted. Is it well? No, I want us to be on the same line, but still up. No, nice stream is work. How do you do this all the time? You always go live. Is that so? Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, glad to have you, Mama C. Thank you so much for accepting my invitation. Uh, you are living in China from Ghana. Let's start
Yeah.
this again. Let's start this again. The sound was messed up in the first live stream. We hope more and more people join. Kindly share the live if you're here. Um, Let me share a little bit on how I met Mama C that she's seeing right there. Mama C, thank you so much for being here. First, I must say that because I'm so humbled by your presence here. Um, I met her randomly on TikTok. She shares her videos, and I texted her. I was like, okay, I want to have you on my live. Come and tell me how is life like in China. So I've never met her before, and I'm also getting to know her from this live stream today. Like, yeah. Okay, we've lost her again. Where are you, Mama C? Okay, I can see you on the
Yes.
screen. Like, okay,
Yeah.
can you see Mama C? Yeah, I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Can you see me now?
Not really. Okay, there we have it. You are there. So, yeah. So people wanted you to talk about life in China, like how about China. But I have questions. I have questions to start off this conversation because I know. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I don't want this to be a random conversation. I know you have a lot to say about China, but I just want to structure this conversation so that it goes as planned. Oh no. Okay. Mama C. That's Mama C. She's a Ghanaian and she's in China right now. So I want to ask you a few questions. Like, how was it like for you to adjust in China? Like, I just want to know how were you able to adjust socially? Because I read an expression that was saying every person living in a foreign land is depressed in a way. So how was it for you adjusting, especially socially? I just want to check on you first before I assume that you're okay. Like, yeah,
Okay.
how was it? How was it like adjusting for you? Yeah.
Prior to me coming here, my brother was already here
Mm.
in China, but in a
Mhm.
different okay, and he had lived here for some years, and he
Okay.
had adapted to the country. So I felt it would also be easy. So, I psyched myself, okay, before
Mhm.
coming that China was going to be a place where um, I would easily adjust. Yeah. And then the time that I came, there were lots of international students. Okay. So
Wow.
I felt at
Mm.
home. Yes. Yes. And there were a lot of
Okay.
Ghanaians also. So I felt at home.
Wow. Okay. So I know, yeah, I asked that because I know how hard it can be to adjust to a foreign land, especially when you've left
Yeah.
your family, yeah, and you decide to embark on a journey where you sometimes feel lonely, you sometimes feel like you are missing out. Uh, what about the culture and your culture? How are you able to kind of adjust into those two? How are you able to kind of adjust, culturally? That's where the adjustment really, I think that's where the problem comes in. What were your
Well,
culture
that
shocks?
yeah.
Yeah.
The culture,
Mm,
I'm still adjusting
mm,
myself.
mhm,
Yes, yes.
mhm,
So you asked about some cultural shocks. Yeah. So the number one
mm,
thing is smoking. Okay. I'm not saying in
mm,
Ghana people do not smoke, but this is a country where people smoke openly, which you hardly see in Ghana.
mhm,
Okay. So I
mhm,
was quite surprised to see
mm,
people just smoking around, irrespective of
mhm,
wherever they find themselves.
mhm,
You could
mhm,
be in an elevator and then someone would be smoking. You know how enclosed an elevator can be, right? Yes,
yeah,
with
yeah, yeah,
babies.
yeah.
These
Mhm,
people
mhm,
do not mind.
mhm,
Yes.
mm. I
Also,
understand.
if you
Yeah.
live,
Mm,
yeah, in the rural areas or at the outskirts of the
mhm,
city,
mhm,
there is this
mm,
firecracker noise. Okay, yeah. In the main
mhm.
cities,
Yes.
you don't hear the firecrackers.
Mhm,
Or
mhm, mm,
there's this other name I've forgotten. Yeah, but the firecrackers. Can you imagine?
mm,
Till date,
mm,
I'm still
mm,
not used to it. There was a funeral in my area
Mhm.
recently. And you know, in China, when
Mhm.
someone dies, that is when
Mm.
there is a lot of fireworks, there is a lot of firecrackers. So it it's annoying. Okay, sometimes you just want to have a quiet time, you just want to sleep, and all of a sudden, boom.
It should be a vibrant community there. It's so vibrant there then. Like there's life. Yeah?
There is life, but then I think the firecrackers,
Mm.
like I
Mm.
said, you don't
Mm.
see that in
Mhm.
the city center, but then in the rural areas and the
Mhm.
outskirts, that is when
Mhm.
these things, yeah, you can
Mm.
imagine when I had my baby and then I wanted my baby to sleep, and then all of a sudden,
Mm.
boom, and kind of continues. Okay, no warning, nothing, and
Ah,
then it
okay,
can
okay.
happen.
I think I forgot to ask you one thing. Where are you living? Where do you stay currently? Like where do you stay? Do you stay in a first tier town, second tier? Because I know there are categories. Where do you stay? So that as you speak we understand where
Well,
you are speaking from. Yeah.
I don't
Mm.
know where you put Nanjing, but for me, I think Nanjing is a first tier city. That's what I
Mhm.
think. Yeah, yeah. I've lived here ever since. Well, I've gone to other cities, but this is where I've been the longest. Yeah. So
Okay. I didn't hear the city. Where are you?
Nanjing City.
Okay, Nanjing. That's a very nice place to be considering the history. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So it is so there's life there. From what I've heard, like it's lively.
Yeah, it's very lively.
Yeah. It's very lively because yeah, cause I think for me, I would say that you're an introvert, kind of. You seem to be an introvert because for me, in a place where there's no life, you know, I feel lonely. I feel like what is this? You must be an introvert, yeah?
Well, it depends.
Maybe you're an introvert. Okay. Okay. What about now the culture? Like living the culture shock, the smoking that you've spoken of. How are people like connecting to others? Like how are people connected? Let me say. How was it easy or hard for you to connect with local people in Nanjing where you are living? But do you know the history of Nanjing first? You know the history a little bit? Like
The little I know about Nanjing is
mhm.
it was the first capital of China. Yes, the first ever
Mhm. Mhm.
capital of China.
Yes,
And
yes.
that's about
Mhm. Mhm.
yes, yes, yes. So
Okay.
you asked
Yeah.
I was, you know, my relationship with the
Mm.
locals here.
Locals,
Hmm.
yeah. Mhm. Because I believe you speak
Well,
you speak Mandarin. Yeah.
a little, just a little.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yes, yes,
So you did your masters in English, like in English or in
yes.
Chinese?
In English.
You did in English? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Mm. I think also school is one of the reason people would want to connect with local since if their school is in the local language. But since you study in English, I think also you are. I just want to understand your community. Like, how are you connected to the local community? Like, are you away from them or are you inside the community? Like, I want to understand that
I'm
part.
actually, I live inside the community. Okay.
Okay,
For about
okay.
5 years,
Mm.
I've been
Mhm.
living within the community. Like I stated earlier, I live at the
Mhm.
outskirts of London. Okay, yeah.
Mm.
So I live
Mm.
within the community,
Mm.
and then my
Okay.
relationship with the local, it's somehow,
Mm. Mm.
how because well,
Mm.
some people are very welcoming. Okay,
Mhm.
they wouldn't
Mm.
mind talking to a foreigner. They wouldn't mind
Mm.
like when you try to with them, like I said, they are very
Mm,
welcoming. There are others who
mm,
wouldn't want to talk to you. Okay, even if you try to speak Chinese, they would pretend as
mhm.
if they don't understand what you're saying, all because you are a foreigner. Yeah. And guys,
Oh.
don't get me wrong. Things happen in
Mm,
our countries as well. Okay. Yeah. So when you
mm,
go to our countries, there are times a foreigner comes and um, our own people would not like to talk to the foreigner. And Chinese are also
mm,
human beings
mm,
like us. Okay. Not
mm,
everyone will
mm,
accept. So
mm,
that is it.
mhm. Okay. I remember when I got to the place where I live right now. I live in Kenya right now. And the first culture shock I got was how distant people were to each other, not just to foreigners. They have a culture where they don't greet, like they will just pass you. So they don't do small talks. I guess that's what you mean, because there are people who, yeah. Thank you. You can hear us clearly. Thank you so much. So there are people who if they can't develop the conversation to something, they would rather not talk to begin with. So they want to engage in deeper conversation. And so if they don't know you, they would relent, like they would kind of refrain from talking. But once you build that relationship, you realize that, oh, these people are this friendly. Like, these people are accommodative. Like, yeah. That's something I've also observed right here where I live. At first, I thought people were close. Yeah, at first. I thought they were so close. But when I got I kind of realized that, okay, these people take time because they want to build longer connections with people. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I noticed with time. But in my country, I could see, we meet today, we have small talks, you go, like, and we don't have those long lasting relationships. Yeah, where people will just casually talk. You're a friend to everybody. At the end of the day, you don't know who's your friend. Yeah, I guess you understand what I mean. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
I get
guess
you.
also, yeah, I think they don't do small talks as well. So there is something in the comment section right here. People are asking about, tell us about Chinese food, safety, and other things about Chinese people. Let's start with the food. Yeah, that's a key element of culture. Food, stomach. How about the food in China? I'm so foodie. Like, my stomach is good. I can eat anything. Like, what about you? How do you appreciate
Well,
the food in China? Mm.
I wish my own stomach was as good as yours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And,
Mm,
another thing is I get scared
mm,
to try new foods. Okay. If I want to, or if I
mm-hmm,
have to try new foods, it has
mm-hmm,
to
mm-hmm.
look like what I'm used to.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I get scared. Yes. Yeah. So,
Okay.
well, I
Oh, yeah.
have a favorite Chinese food, but there are some
Mm-hmm,
foods I wouldn't mind eating. Okay. So
mm-hmm,
there's this
mm-hmm,
Chinese food called Swan
mm-hmm,
Cai. Okay.
mm-hmm,
So fried rice with pickled vegetables and then leaves. Okay. So yeah. So mi
mm-hmm,
fan and then mi fan is rice and then the u is fish.
mm-hmm,
Okay. Yeah. And then the
mm-hmm,
Thai is vegetable. So the pickled is the swan Thai or the swan. Okay. Yeah. So that's it.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
Okay.
then
Mm-hmm.
maybe mian tiao or noodles. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe tao fan. Yeah. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't eat that much Chinese food. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Okay. But can you also find your local food in China? Are there places where you can also get to eat your local food? I know how it can. you can miss your home food sometimes. Do you get that chance to kind of eat your home food, like, yeah, even together
Well,
with the Chinese food? Okay.
well, well, something like rice. Rice is eaten everywhere, right?
Yeah, yeah. We eat rice here too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in
Mhm.
we have a lot of rice dishes. Okay, so in my home you
Mm.
find us eating rice most of the time, but prepared in different ways. Okay, yeah,
Mhm.
and then
Mm.
with the ingredients, um, yeah,
Mhm.
you find few ingredients here and there, and you have to be creative. Okay, so where you can't find a certain ingredient, you have to
Mhm.
improvise. Okay, so that's what we
Okay,
do
I
here.
see. Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm. Are you used to the chopstick stuff? Can you use chopsticks
No,
to this type? Like, oh, like,
no.
okay, okay. But how curious are you? I feel like I'm so curious to adapt to
Well,
new things. Yeah. Mhm.
well, if my interest is not there,
Mhm.
I don't see
Mhm.
myself. First of all, the interest has
Mhm.
to be there. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So if the
Yeah. That
interest,
I see. Mm.
and most of the time, like when it comes to the
Mhm.
chopsticks, I'm always in a hurry to eat. Okay, so I don't have time for the chopsticks. If there is an option for the
Okay.
spoon, why not?
Okay. Okay. Mm. Like for me, I got chopsticks here. I'm not in China, but since I'm interested in the culture, I have chopsticks and I try sometimes because
Okay.
I just want to get used to them. I don't know why, but I think I'm so curious about cultures. Yeah, I I think you should try to. Anyway, I think you should try.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good challenge. So it's a good challenge. Sometimes I enjoy, especially when I take noodles. I like. I want to try all the time using chopsticks. Anyway, I try so that if I'm so much into culture, yeah, because of the environment where I live in. I'm in an international setup, so we have people from different nationalities, and I've known the riches of culture. So we have sometimes traditional days where we get to celebrate each other's culture, where people cook their traditional foods and you get to taste from each culture's food. And it's always an exciting thing. I've eaten kisra from, I don't know. There's injera and kisra. There's what there are different kind of things I've tried. So many things I've tried. I want us to also talk to us about safety in China. How safe do you feel in China?
Very, very safe.
Hmm. Oh, very, very. That's a very African way of saying things. Very,
Yeah.
very. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
You
means
know,
so safe. Yeah, yeah.
mm, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So China is one country you could wake up
Mm.
at any time walking around.
Mhm.
And well,
Mhm.
this is my own experience. I don't know about others, okay?
Mhm.
Um
Mhm.
in the 10 years that I've lived here in China,
Mhm.
mm,
Okay.
it's really safe. Okay. Yeah. You could go out any time of the night and you will not be attacked. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. So,
Wow.
yes, yes. You are not
Are you not
scared
scared though?
about, yes, who is following you.
Interesting.
Nothing. Okay.
Wow.
There have been instances where we've left our key outside the door and no one
Oh,
even tried, yes, to open. No.
the
Yeah.
key outside, like outside. I
Yes.
can just imagine that. And you sleep the whole night.
Yes. You sleep the whole night, and sometimes you even find some of your neighbors coming to knock on your door to tell you you left your key outside. Okay.
Oh.
I'm coming from a country. Ghana is also a
Mm.
safe country, but then I'm coming from a country
Mm.
where um, doors and windows have um, these metal bars, okay, for protection.
Yeah. Okay, I
I'm yet
see.
to see
Mhm.
it.
Mm.
If you see an apartment having that, then it's
Mhm.
because there are kids
Mhm.
in that apartment to protect the kids,
Okay.
but not
Okay.
because someone, you know, attack you or
Mhm.
something. Yeah.
Mm. Hmm. Okay. But what are you not scared of cameras as well? There's this security. Are there cameras everywhere where you are? And what's your first
Yes.
impression of those cameras when you got into
Well,
China and you saw cameras looking at you everywhere? How did you feel about that?
yes, there are cameras everywhere. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, um, not inside the apartment rooms, but then maybe on the corridors, on the roads, on the
Yeah.
streets,
Mhm.
in
Mhm.
classrooms, all that. Well, I don't have
Mhm.
any problem with those cameras
Okay.
because
Mhm.
you're not doing anything bad. Why should you be scared of the
Mhm.
camera?
Hmm. Okay. So they're not doing anything to harm people for your safety, kind of. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Okay. Okay. There's something else that was asked here. And other things about Chinese people. No, you said you've been living in China for 10 years now, or 11? 10 and one
11
year, 1 decade
years.
and 1 year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that means you were there during the COVID season. I don't know how safe is it to say this COVID on this
Yes.
platform.
Yes.
Yeah, pandemic. Let me say pandemic period. You are there. How was it? How was it? Yeah.
Well, it was, um, before, right? I'm the type
Mhm.
who likes to
Mm.
sleep. Okay,
Mm.
I like to sleep.
Mm.
But during COVID,
Mm.
we had doing, right? And that was when I got
Mm.
tired of sleep.
You got
Yeah,
tired
that
of?
is yes, because I had nothing doing at the time.
Hmm.
We-
I see.
okay,
Mm.
yeah, yeah,
Mm.
and the whole place was
Okay.
under lockdown. Yeah, luckily for me,
Okay.
I was at the
Mm.
time, so
Mhm.
um, I had my husband to communicate with.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
I wasn't stressed like others were.
Mm.
Others who didn't have their families with them. Okay, yeah, I
Mhm.
wasn't as
Mm.
stressed as they were. Yeah, because
Mhm.
um, yeah, so that is it. And then um, it was also around this period that I realized we shouldn't take freedom for
Mhm.
granted.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
yes,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
we were confined,
Mm.
even though
Mhm.
we stayed in school. Yeah, we did everything in
Mhm.
school. This time around, we're confined. You
Mhm.
couldn't even go outside to the corridor. That's how bad it was. Okay, for the
Yeah.
fear of
Mm.
getting infected or infecting
Mhm.
others. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
I think for me the experience was like I also live on in a community where it was hard to go out. There were restrictions
Mm,
and we had to follow. I don't know about outside there, but it was so serious inside where I live right here. It
mm,
was really serious in Kenya. I live in an international school. We live in the compound, and it was so
yeah.
serious because people have left their families to come and study. You don't want to lose your life in a foreign land, kind of. People are so serious. Mask everywhere. All the regulations are well observed right here. But out
Mm,
there, we could see people being infected every other day. It was that bad. Yeah, but also I want us to look at these questions right here. Uh, we can see you are married. People have seen from the ring. They can see you are married. I didn't tell them. They can see you are married, and and they want to know how was it like to have your children being born in a different culture. This is a different culture. How are you adjusting with it? This is Africa, Asia. These are different kinds, different. I
Yes,
think different worlds. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
How
How
was it
I
like?
adjust.
Mhm.
Well,
Mm.
mm, it's not really about the culture, but then
Mhm. Mm.
apart from myself and my husband, we do not have
Mhm.
any other family member here. Okay, yeah. So raising
Okay.
a child from
Mm.
us,
Mm.
okay, it's kind of
Mhm.
difficult. We have to learn everything, okay, on our own, which
Mm.
wasn't easy.
Mhm.
Okay, coupled with
Mm.
going to school and doing other things, it's not easy at
Mm.
all. Yeah, but
Mhm. I get you.
with the other thing with raising kids in China, one thing I've realized about
Mm.
Chinese people is they really like kids,
Mm.
irrespective of the color. Okay, yes.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
it's
That's a plus.
um,
Mm.
yes, yes, yes. So it's not been so difficult on that side. The difficulty has come. It's from myself and my husband. Trying to raise these kids, trying to learn. You know, things
Mm.
on our own. Yeah, so that
Mm.
is where
Mm.
the
Mm.
part, yeah. And my first child is in the kindergarten, yeah, and she's adjusting very well.
Mm.
Okay, no discrimination in
Mm.
school, nothing. She just loves her school,
Mm.
yeah, and everybody
Mm.
in school love her as well. So
Mm. Mm. Like for someone who has been also in a different land where I had to come, got married in a different culture, and have to raise children in a culture that isn't mine. I understand you from that point of view. Wanting, like, having to navigate how things work and see how your child will be able to fit in that system, because you don't want your child to be
yeah,
left behind. Or yeah, from education system to how people, to the culture, like to integrate into the culture, especially education wise. I come from a country I speak French. I'm a learner of English. I'm learning English, and my kids have to go to school, study in that culture. So I understand you from that perspective, where you have to navigate things and make sure your child is adjusting at the same level as other kids. Yeah, making sure that your child adjusts. It's something it's
yeah.
understand from that perspective. Yeah. There's something else that was asked right here. Raising kids in a different culture, how was it? Like raising your children. But also, you said your child, no, someone asked about primary school. I don't think you have that experience right here, but kindergarten, how was it like taking your child to school in China? Education, how much was it, like how affordable is it, so that we don't really ask you personal questions. Yeah, how affordable is it, how, like, yeah, let's just ask about that. Yeah,
Well,
kindergarten.
affordable
Mm-hmm.
is
Mm.
affordable is really
Yeah.
okay.
Mm,
Yeah,
mm.
so
Yeah.
I can't really say it's affordable or it's not
Mm.
affordable. Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What
Mm.
you see as affordable, I may
Mm.
think is
Mm.
expensive. Yeah, so it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of
Mm.
relative. Yes, yes, yes. But
Okay.
then,
Okay.
um,
Mm.
my child went to school when I was still a student, when my husband was still a student,
Mm-hmm.
and we still could afford
Mm-hmm.
her fees. So in that sense, then we say it's
Mm.
kind of affordable if two students could,
Mm.
pay for fees. Yes. So yeah, in that sense. But then I can't say it's affordable to
Mhm.
everyone or for everyone or it's expensive. Okay. Yeah. I'm not in the position,
Mhm.
to say that. Yeah. And
Mm.
then like I said,
But
um
mhm.
mhm, you can ask the question.
Mhm. Okay. I wanted to ask also about the accessibility, how easy it is to access school in China, like how
A
easy
moment,
it
a
is.
moment,
Um,
a moment.
is it a walking distance? Is it how is transportation like for you being able to take your child to school? Is it a hassle? Is it really hard? Or are there systems in place that makes it easy? Like I think in that way, yeah, we want to understand that part. Yeah.
Can you ask
Mm.
the question again? I was adjusting my earpiece.
Yeah. I was to say, you said concerning the affordability of education, it's relative depending on the ability
Mm,
of someone to afford. So I wanted to ask,
yeah.
what about the accessibility? Is it easy to take your child to school? Hard? Is it hard? Like you taking your child to school, the method of transportation, like how is it like? Yeah, I don't assume. You say you are from Nanjing. It's a very historic
Mm,
city that I respect,
yeah.
and I think you should also learn more and more about that, so that you understand even the context of the people you are living around and living with. Yeah, I think let's just stop it there. How is it? How
Yeah.
the accessibility? How is it like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
accessibility. Okay. So one thing about
Mm.
China is
Mm-hmm.
if you work in an area, um,
Mm.
it's you have to live within that area or close by. Okay. Yeah. So the same with the school.
Okay. Mm.
Okay. Yeah. So my
Mm-hmm.
daughter's school is like a stone throw away. Okay. The reason being that,
Mm-hmm.
she's in the kindergarten, right? So that when anything happens, the teacher could, bring her home, or you could go to the school. So
Mm.
it
Mm.
it's not far. Okay, yeah, the school is not far.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
we
Mm-hmm.
mostly walk to the
Okay,
school, or we use the electric, bikes. Yeah, so very
okay,
accessible.
okay, okay, okay. So, like, parents are in constant communication with teachers,
Yeah.
to check on their children. If they're sick, they take them.
Yes.
Like, it's
Mm,
like it's good. Okay, okay. Something else that was asked right here. No, I have a question for myself. Um,
okay.
I I I don't know if I would want to raise my children in a setup where children are so advanced, like they would do math as if they're drawing, as if they're crafting some stuff, Math is like,
Mm,
yeah, I would want that, but sometimes I fear. How is it like the education system? How do you feel like the pressure of the education system on your children? How do you feel like how do you take it? How can you explain that? Because I know they work so hard.
well,
Mm-hmm.
well, working so hard is also relative.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Okay,
yes, yes.
this
Yeah.
is good to hear.
Don't
Okay.
believe, yes, so
Mm.
don't believe all the things you see on social media about Chinese
Yeah.
kids, manufacturing
Mm.
stuff. Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Manufacturing is done in the factory.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes, yes. So
Mm.
it's not true.
Mm.
It's not true. Chinese kids are not made to manufacture stuff. Okay. But then,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm.
their schools are set up in the way that
Mm.
it's not only theoretical, but then it's
Okay.
hands-on.
Mm.
Okay, yeah, so that is it.
Okay.
You've like in my daughter's school, there's a kitchen, a miniature kitchen, where they kind of mimic how to cook. Okay, yeah, there's a little
Okay.
garden
Mm.
where they kind of
Mm-hmm.
mimic how to farm. Yeah, so there's that,
Okay. Mm.
setup. Yeah, in my
Mm-hmm.
country, you only
Mm-hmm.
find this kind of setup in international schools, in those expensive schools.
Okay.
Yeah, but in
Mm-hmm.
China, I think, well, I can talk of my daughter's school. Okay, yes. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
everything and anything a child needs. Okay, to make
Mm,
learning
is
easier,
there?
to make learning
Mm-hmm.
interesting. Yeah, it's there. Yeah.
Okay, that's impressive then. That's good. That's good. Um, but also you've also said private and public school. But you mean to tell me that in a public school a child can have access to a kind of kitchen? They can mimic cooking and stuff like that in a public school, like funded
No, I
by
said that about
public.
my own
Mm,
country. Yeah. So
okay,
in public
okay.
schools in my country,
Mm,
you don't have
mm,
access to these things, okay?
okay.
Because you realize
It's
that,
it's mm,
yes.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
you're
it's
also
quite
from
the
Africa,
same.
so
It's
you know
hard.
what I'm talking.
Yeah,
Yes, yes, yes.
yeah.
But it's not the same is not said about China, okay? So in
Mhm,
China, I don't know
mm,
about private schools, but then I know most public schools have the facilities, okay,
mhm,
international schools or
mm.
private schools would have in my country, okay? These are things
Wow.
that are so
Mm,
accessible
mm,
to, kids here in China. Yeah.
mhm. That's good to hear. That's really good to hear. So
Yeah.
yeah. What else I wanted
And
to ask?
I want to put
Uh,
something across. I want to put
okay,
something
okay,
across. Yeah. So
okay,
yeah,
okay,
I have a video of my daughter's school on my channel. So if
okay.
anyone would like to know
Mhm,
how a Chinese kindergarten
mm.
looks like, they could head over to my channel and then
Her
have
channel is
a look at
Mama
it. Yeah.
C. Yeah, that's her channel name. This is someone living in a. I don't know how I would classify. If you're Chinese watching this, how would you classify Nanjing? Is it how the way you classify your cities, first tier, second tier? Like, let me know what. How would you classify that city? Yeah, how would you classify? I want to hear from someone here. Like, how would you classify? Um, she's a. Oh my goodness, I'm saying you're Chinese. It's not easy to be Chinese. So she's a Ghanaian living in China. She's been in China for 11 years now. You can ask her anything. Thank you so much for joining the live. Ask her anything about her life in China, and she will answer. She will gladly answer. I know she will gladly answer. She's living in China. This is first hand information. Yeah, first hand information, guys. She's living in China. She's here to answer your questions. Um, what do you want to ask her? There's someone who is so lively in the comment right here. She has asked almost all the questions she's asked for. We have spoken about them. You can as well see her. She has a page. You can drop a comment so that you can forward the conversation on her page. Yeah, she's a Ghanaian, as you can see, living in China. She did her master's. Like, how was it? Did you do your bachelor's as well in China?
Yes, yes, yes. I did my bachelor's
Okay,
here in China. Yes.
okay,
And then
okay. Did
proceeded
you
to
do
do
it?
my master's here.
Wow. You did both of them in English, or you did Chinese at some point?
Yes. So I did both, but then I learned Chinese as a course. I had to pass
Okay,
Chinese to
okay,
be able to graduate. Yeah.
okay, okay. So which level are you at? What can we say? Your level
Maybe
of Chinese is
intermediate.
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 Okay, okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you should pass that. Keep improving. It's important.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, so
yes.
that you are able to
Very soon I'll start
immerse
speaking
yourself in the
Chinese on
culture.
my channel. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw some of the clips. I was checking, and I heard that you spoke in Chinese at some point. Yeah. Okay, there is a question right here. Any good or bad experience in China? Like, good experience, bad experience, like say what you're comfortable to speak about. Don't be
Okay,
so
I
personal
think
as well.
I'll
This
talk
is a
about both.
family, kind of. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so with the good
Okay.
experiences, I've met so
Mhm.
many good Chinese people here in China.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay.
So this is quite recent. Yeah, but then
Mhm.
I remember when I was pregnant with my second child, I went to the
Mhm.
hospital. Okay, and then
Mhm.
I had to communicate with one of the doctors. Okay, mind you,
Okay.
um, so I'm used to communicating. How do I put it? So hospital kind of communication is different. Okay, yeah, from the
Mhm.
normal
Mhm.
everyday communication. Okay,
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm.
So I was communicating with this doctor, and then there was a bit of confusion. Okay, and then this woman
Mhm.
steps in and tells me her daughter speaks both English and Chinese. Okay, yeah, and this woman in question is
Mhm.
a Chinese. Okay, and then she
Mhm.
just steps
Mhm.
in, and then she becomes our translator. And then from
Wow.
then on, we became friends. Yeah, we've been. The lady was
Wow.
also pregnant. Okay, yeah, and we've been friends ever since. Okay, yeah, so that's the good
Mhm.
side. And anytime I need help with something, yeah, she's always there to help. I've
Yeah.
I've I've
Mhm.
I've had so many good experiences, but I can't name them all. And the bad ones have been you get on the subway, and sometimes people do not want to sit close to you. Okay, yes, all because you're a foreigner. Yeah.
I
So there
get
was
that.
this one
Mm.
time. Yes. So there was this one time. No, not one time. Yeah. The time I was pregnant. I was pregnant and schooling at the same time. And remember,
Mhm.
I told
Mhm.
you I live at the outskirts of Nanjing, right? So
Mm.
from my school to my home, it's like 2 hours by subway. Okay.
Mhm.
And
Mm.
during the rush hour, it's difficult to
Mm.
find seats. Okay. Yeah.
Mm.
I've also made a video about how rush hour in China looks like. So maybe you could have a look as well. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
the trains are usually very packed, no seat. Okay. And then
Mhm.
there's this pregnant woman in the subway, okay, heavily pregnant,
Mhm.
and then no one wants to for me to sit. Yeah, and you can
Mm.
imagine, okay, I see you have kids too. You can imagine how
Mhm.
difficult, okay, it will be
Mm.
like. There was this day I actually cried because I was tired.
Mm. Mm.
I was
Mhm. I
very
get you.
tired, and
Mhm.
I thought, oh, people had seen a pregnant woman, they would get up for
Mm.
me to sit, and
Mhm.
no, all because I was a foreigner. Okay, yeah, but I think all in all, it's okay.
Wait first. There's something I also want to clarify there. I don't know if it's clarification or not. I also come from my country and I came to a different culture. And in my culture, I think we kind of have a similar culture to Ghanaian, um, where um, priority is elderly, kind of pregnant women. Those people are the priorities. But sometimes you just find people who don't care about those stuff. They just don't care. And for the first time I saw them was here, like where people don't just care. Whether you're pregnant, you're not, they just don't care. Everyone has
Yeah.
to struggle. It's a hustle. Like they say, this is Nairobi. We have to hustle. And
Yeah.
yeah, and it is. They just don't care. Mm. Anyway, I think such things happen in town, and we wouldn't see such things in villages. I think in villages, people are still holding on culture, like as if it's everything for them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Any good or bad experience? So that was the only one. I think there's another one that she mentioned.
Well,
We've also addressed it here about the smoking. You said that too. Yeah. You
I'm trying
said
to adjust
you also
here, please.
okay. Okay. Go on. This is Mama C from China. Yeah. She's Ghanaian living in China. And yeah, I got the privilege to have her on my live stream today, and she has opened this. I hope to get more and more people who can come live and speak of their experiences um, live to you guys. There's something else I want to ask her. I've seen also videos about um, the cities in China where everything looks like in 2050 in the future. Like, how was it for you to see them for the first time? Yeah, how was it? Like, how was your feeling?
Hmm.
Those cities that
Once
looks
again,
like I don't know. Yeah.
yes. Once again, coming from Ghana, okay,
Mhm.
where
Mm.
sorry, sorry, my Ghanaians, where we have bad roads,
Yeah, it is.
and you come and
Yeah.
even community roads are better than your highways.
Oh no.
I'm not kidding.
Oh no. So sorry. So unfortunate. That is the reality. That's the reality.
Yes, that's the reality. Okay,
Yeah,
that's the
anyway.
reality. Okay,
Okay.
yeah. So yeah, where you've never seen a train before, and then you come
Oh,
and you're seeing a train. Okay, yeah, where
yeah.
people do not joke with their time. Okay, when a bus
Mhm.
is supposed to
Mm.
arrive at 7:05, it's going to be there at 7:05. Okay,
Mhm.
and if it's supposed to
Yeah.
move at 7:10, it's going to move. It's not going to wait for you. Okay, where you don't have to
Yeah.
join long queues in order to
Yes.
join the bus. Okay, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So that is it.
Mhm.
I that the security, like you mentioned. Okay, yeah.
Mhm.
The
Mm.
fact that you don't have to own a car. Okay, with just
Mhm.
your mobile phone, you can just scan
Mhm.
that. If you know how to drive and you have a driver's license, there are these, cars around. You can scan and then drive around if you want to. There are bicycles around where you can scan and then ride around if you want to. If you place these bicycles in my
Okay.
own country, I bet you they'll be stolen.
They will be safer. They will be safer in someone's house.
Yes, in someone's house. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, they will be safer.
So yes, where you don't have to carry cash, physical cash on you. You do everything on your mobile
Hmm.
phone.
Hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
where you don't have to pay so much for internet. You don't have to
Mhm.
pay so much for electricity. You don't have to pay so much for water. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like these things
Hmm.
about China. Yeah, maybe that's why you people say we live in the future.
Hmm. You live in the
Yeah.
future. You live in the future. Like a street that is always clean. I've seen videos of streets being cleaned every second. Like trash being picked as if they're picking what? They're picking what? What should I say? A penny from I don't know. It's like cleaning a bed, kind of.
Well,
So clean.
well, yeah, it's so clean because of the mindset. Okay,
Mm,
sorry.
okay.
I think these things could also be practiced in Africa. Well, I don't want to be, I don't want to sound political. Okay, but
Mm,
then
mm,
if we are held accountable for the things that we do, some of the things that
mm,
happen in our countries
mm,
would never happen.
mm.
Okay,
Yeah,
we
true.
don't have to have these high rise buildings. Okay, we don't
Mm,
yeah, We need good roads, okay, good
Mm-hmm.
drinking water, good schools, good hospitals, okay. But we are not
Mm-hmm.
having them because people are not being held accountable. For example, in my country,
Mm-hmm.
they give a contract, okay, to
Mm-hmm.
someone to maybe build a hospital, and then this person squanders the money, and he's not being held accountable. You can't do that in China here,
True. Oh, yeah.
okay? Yeah.
No
And
joke.
the thing about, keeping the city clean, okay, is the mindset
Mm.
once again. And like you stated earlier, there are cameras everywhere. So if you
Yeah,
dump
yeah,
something on the floor, you could be arrested, okay? Or
yeah,
someone could
yeah.
tell you to pick it up, okay? But back in your country, you even ask someone to pick up their trash and they're insulting you, okay? Because they
Mm-hmm.
know at the end of the day, they're not going to be punished. They're not,
Yeah.
yes, they're not going to be punished, okay? So that
Mm-hmm.
is why
Mm-hmm.
you find China ahead of certain countries, okay? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
nothing so special, okay? Nothing so
It's the
special. But
mindset.
I can tell that,
Like,
yes, the mindset and the fact that
mm,
people are held accountable, okay?
mm. Should we say that Chinese are very civilized? Are they really? Should we say that? They're so civilized.
Sorry?
That's what I would call civilization, because if you are able to know what is
It's
right and wrong without anyone policing you, kind of,
well,
that's what I would
you
call
know, you know, I don't know if I should say this, okay, but
mm-hmm.
there's a contrast, okay. So the contrast is
Mm-hmm.
that the
Mm-hmm.
country is kind of developed, but not the people.
Yeah, yeah, that's serious.
I'm
But you
serious.
said
You
mindset,
have
the
people
mindset
trying.
of the
Yes,
people.
the
Then what?
mindset.
Uh,
People are walking around thinking they are going to be punished for what? That's what I'm saying. The country is developed, but not the people.
mm-hmm.
Okay, yes, because when you're with them, sometimes you find them acting in a certain way that is
Mm-hmm.
questionable. Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, something that would seem normal in my country, Ghana. Okay, it's not normal here. Let me give you a simple example. You find someone walking around and they're just screaming for nothing. You find them screaming for nothing, like for no reason. Okay, something, these are things you wouldn't see, people do in my country. That's why I'm saying that the country is developed, but the people, quote unquote, are kind of left behind. Hello? Hello? Uh-oh. Hello? Yeah, so